could be the last chance for you to get your Pentax. This is a true digital SLR camera. You know, in the world of photography, Pentax, they are leaders. We know them, we love them. Not only is it the megapixel that you want, but this is the only one where I can say, yes, if you've got a telephoto lens from Pentax from 1970, you can use it. This works with any Pentax lens ever. It has the highest ISO of any digital camera that we've ever offered in HSN history. And not only that, now you don't see this on the graphics, but do you know we are including for free with your purchase a 3-year warranty. And just so you know, that is only for HSN shoppers. In fact, if you find this camera, do you see that retail price? This is a $1,000 camera. Even the people who spend $1,000 for this camera, not a kind of, looks like a camera, the people who buy this camera for $1,000 at the big, the photo store out there and, the big box superstores, they don't get a 3-year warranty. You do. Not only that, you're getting a wealth of software that actually is worth half the price of admission. You get a rechargeable battery, which is awesome because, of course, this is going to, take a multitude of great photos for you. And then you also get a $100 bag. This is a $100 bag. I love that. It's really cool because it's like that little sling bag, which is kind of that half backpack, which is really popular right now. Makes it so comfortable and so easy to take with you on the go. 123765. And Pat, is it okay if just choose your color of choice, black or white? I'd love to show the quantity left just real quickly because those 500 that we have left, that is it forever. That is it forever. Well, you're going to be seeing a lot of Lori Leland today. I hope, is the coffee pot brewing in the back?
You know it, girl. You know it.
Well, I know you're back at 5 o'clock with an encore look at today's special.
So excited about this tablet.
But we love this camera, don't we?
Oh my gosh, an amazing camera. If you want to elevate your photography, this really takes you to the next level. I mean, we all have our point and shoots and we love our point and shoot cameras. But if you want something that's interchangeable lens technology, this Pentax is going to be the most amazing experience for you. All you do is push the button and now you have access to over 20 million different lenses. Now, the 20 million that I'm speaking to right now are the ones that Pentax makes. Yes. By the way, there are 10 million that other manufacturers make that will all fit on this camera as well. So that's a total of 30 million different lenses available that will work with this Pentax camera. So I have to tell you, if you felt stuck in a rut before, you will feel anything but that with this camera with all of those different choices. It's only 21 ounces. Oh, wow. You have here the wheel that Shannon and I love because it gives you so much versatility. Yeah. I live in this auto mode. I mean, this is where I live and breathe because you know what? I love photography, but I'm no expert by any stretch of the imagination. I'm an enthusiast.
Exactly.
But now, if you want to go in and adjust your shutter priority or aperture priority or any of that as your photography improves, it's right here at your fingertips. But until then, you can live right there in your auto mode. You also have one touch button here, right here. You just pop it into that little video mode and you're recording 720p high definition video right from your Pentax camera. So it really is a cool experience. You also have the opportunity to see everything back on this gorgeous 3-inch screen, 921,000 dots. So that's all right here at your fingertips and you can see everything that's going on. Or you can either touch that button and then you have this gorgeous eye-line, eye-level viewfinder. So then you just grab this camera, hold it up to your eye, and now you're able to shoot away and take fabulous pictures of your subject. I mean, really, you can start a home-based business with this camera. You can shoot weddings with this camera. Maybe you have friends that have special events. You're going to be able to shoot all of that and get professional results. And that's what really this is all about. Case in point, Shannon and I have seen this picture before, but take a look at this guy.
Look at this.
Not sure if he's a moth or a butterfly. However, it doesn't matter because he's beautiful as he's been shot with this Pentax camera. We got a little bit of fuzz going here, but every little detail is so minute and so brought into focus and brought into life with this camera. It really is amazing. If you wanted to crop in, you could without losing any quality because this is 12 megapixels, but then you're also getting that included lens, that 18 to 55 millimeter lens. So that's going to be a zoom lens for you to get you closer to your subjects as well. And that, by the way, I mean, that's a great value that we're just included. It is. Typically, when you buy a camera like this, you have to pay extra for the lens.
Yes,
but we're including that lens. We're including a super high-end video editing software program that Shannon spoke to, 3-year warranty that we mentioned that you don't get anywhere else, and a $100 backpack to take it all in.
It's a big deal. You know what, Pat? I'd love to take everybody to hsn.com just real briefly, though, just because virtually everybody who has this camera gave it pretty much a perfect review and a perfect rating. I mean, there you can see for yourself, it's a 4.5-star customer pick rating. And really and truly, for those of us who really want to step up our game when it comes to photography, this is that dream camera. I mean, Pentax, as I mentioned, we're so lucky to have the leaders in electronics here. Pentax, of course, we had the Toshiba television earlier tonight. This is a great place to do your electronic shopping. And if you are looking to get somebody started, really, you know, to put their toe in the water when it comes to professional photography, this is a perfect place to start. One other thing I should mention, I said this briefly, but to remind you, it also records high-definition video, which is really great. So remember, you can load your video on that Today's Special, you know, and play it back. I mean, because, of course, our Today's Special does have flash video built in.
Absolutely.
Now, that's not a movie.
No.
That's how quickly it captures images,
6 frames per second. Now, here's what I want you to know about that. 6 frames per second on this camera, and each and every one of them is 12 megapixels.
Oh, my gosh.
So typically, when you use a camera, that first photograph is going to be the higher megapixel. But then those megapixels are downgraded as you go. Here, every single photograph is 12 megapixel. Let me just show you a quick example of why that's important. When you're shooting in the real world, when you're out there with your kids or you're at a special event, you have to take tons and tons of pictures in a lot of cases to get that perfect shot. With Pentax, you're getting 6 of these frames per second, 6 unique frames every single second. So you could push down the shutter on this camera and have unbelievable choices. Now, if you're looking at some of the different photographs that it takes, you're inevitably going to find a favorite. You're going to pull that favorite out, and that favorite is going to be the one that you blow up, the one that you enlarge, the one that goes into the photo albums or ends up on the wall. So here's an example of that. But then when you find that perfect shot, that perfect one, the one that you've fallen in love with, now you can blow it up this big. And again, this is the one that you choose. This is the one that you want to frame, that goes in the albums, that everybody shares. And here's what it's doing. It's capturing the look on the children's faces, the delight that you're seeing there in their eyes. You can see the water droplets. So perfect. And I mean,
magical.
When you said the reviews on this are out of this world, I mean, we mean it. This is nearly perfectly reviewed by the 33 people that took the time out of their busy life to get online and review it. But that's why, because of the Pentax results, you'll be blown away by this.
It is. One other thing, and I apologize, we've had so much to talk about in this hour, but that flex pay is not today. That flex pay is for my show. So even Pat said that's 15 minutes.
Oh my.
So sorry about the sense of urgency here. I know a lot of you are still trying to get through in our Today's Special. Of course, stay there. You know, we've got one tonight, but our buyer, Neil, was just here. He's like, you're not going to have, he gave me this face, like, sorry, they're going to be gone. Don't hang up. But remember, that flex pay, good only for this show. So basically, you've only got 15 minutes to qualify for the flex pay. That means you're spending $119 and change, plus shipping and tax on that first payment. You get this, and remember, that's for the next, well, fewer than 500 of you. Choose the black, choose the white, but grab it. This is such, to me, this is an investment camera. In fact, my makeup artist tonight, Michelle, her daughter turned 14 on Friday, and she too, she was looking for a great camera, but she said, you know, I don't want to spend $1,000 on a camera, but then I don't just want to get a little point and shoot. This is perfect. I mean, it really is, because not only, it's a $1,000 camera anywhere else you shop.
Absolutely.
But like Lori and I have been saying, I always call it like the little wonder wheel, because you turn that little wheel, and I mean, it is great, because it's kind of like a professional photographer with training wheels.
It is.
You know, keep it on auto, and then as you start, you know, getting to know the camera.
Getting comfortable.
Yes.
Improving.
Sure. And then you can really have that flexibility. But Lori, what I like is, so often when we buy digital cameras, and I'm as guilty as you are, I buy what I call disposable digital cameras, because I buy it and then the features get outdated, so then I buy another digital camera, or then I buy one that, you know, doesn't have the features, so then I buy one that's, you know, way too expensive, that's just too hard for me to manipulate. This is just right. And of course, September coming up, still #1 month of the year for weddings. If you've got a wedding, if you've got an anniversary, the kids are back in school. And if you're like my friend Connie Craig Carroll, you know, she takes so many great pictures. You know, if you're a mom, you want those pictures to be professional, because you can never go back.
Absolutely.
I mean, your baby only has their first day, you know, of school, you know, one day. I mean,
and then it's gone.
And then it's gone.
Absolutely.
So you want these kind of images.
And this is the best of the best. It really and truly is. And wait till you see the image quality. I mean, these photographs, we've shown you a few already. Take a look at how gorgeous this portrait is. This offers 11-point focus in auto mode. So anyone in this entire frame or anything is going to be perfectly exposed and perfectly in focus each and every time. You are getting, as we mentioned, that 18 to 55 millimeter zoom lens. So that's going to take you from here to here. Now, I can't wait to talk to you about the low light, because this has the highest ISO we've ever offered on any camera ever. So we're going to go into that in just a moment and talk about how you can leave your tripod at home. But look at that great zoom. So you're going from here to here, and that's all with the included lens that you are going to get. But to Shannon's point, you know, all those different lenses that are out there, if you happen to be maybe at a garage sale and you see lenses for Pentax, pick them up, because they're going to work back to this camera also.
Amazing.
It really is.
So a couple of things, and actually I think you'll see it at the bottom of your screen for the duration of for the remainder of time that I have with Lori, but the flex pay is done after this hour. So that flex pay is done after this hour. So basically, when you see Rachel with those amazing Tiana B fashions, really, that's always such a fun show. They always have so many great things. You will not get that flex pay for $119. So you know very well, we are now headed into the season where you're going to be taking more pictures over the next 3 or 4 months than you take for the rest of the year. And I know I alluded to it, but the last thing you want is to get that picture back and go, oh, you know, because you can never go back. You can never go back and duplicate, you know, the Halloween.
Well,
or,
exactly.
You know,
and you see how the professionals shoot. They shoot hundreds of pictures to find 1 or 2 that they really, really like. This is going to give you all those frames per second, 6 frames per second. It's going to enable you to really capture your children, that slice of life, just like they are today. You don't want that moment to go by. And you also want your pictures to be as gorgeous as possible. Now, here's a picture I have to say we're pretty used to seeing with a point-and-shoot style camera. You know, when you have a little bit of a lower ISO, typically we're looking at about 1600 on a point-and-shoot these days. This Pentax has 25,600 ISO.
Now, wait a minute. Can we show that side by side?
Look at this.
So that it's the same time of day?
Can you believe? Same spot, same time of day. Look at this. So this lightens up the night sky. So now you can see where you are. You could be in any city in the world shooting this picture, and it's so dark you can't tell any of the details.
No.
With Pentax, and by the way, leave your tripod at home.
What?
Okay, we all know. You picked up point-and-shoot cameras before. You picked up other brands of cameras before, and you know that the hardest thing to do at night is prevent a blur. This has a gyroscope built right in, so it's going to absorb a lot of that movement. It's extremely expensive to do. This also has the highest-end processor. It's got the Prime 3 picture processor, so all of your results are going to be so amazing. Now, you saw what it could do in low light, but I want to show you one more example.
In fact, you know what, Lori, can we show the chipset again?
Absolutely. Let me show you this.
Because basically, bigger, kind of like bigger is better when it comes to a television or comes to a tablet screen.
A lot of things.
A lot of things.
Absolutely.
It's true.
And in cameras, it's no exception. Bigger is better when it comes to the sensor. The bigger the sensor, the better the photograph.
Makes a big difference.
This has a huge CMOS sensor. This is 12 times larger than the typical sensor that you're seeing in other cameras these days. So 12 times larger, the bigger the sensor, the better the picture. So this is the sensor you want and you are getting in this Pentax camera.
That's what you get in a $1,000 camera.
That's exactly
right. Because a lot of times people are like, because the megapixel doesn't tell the whole story. And I always say that. You know, it's not just about the megapixel, it's, you know, the type of megapixel. You know, and because you've got that larger sensor, that sensor is exactly the kind of sensor you would find in a $1,000 camera. Well, this is a $1,000 camera. In fact, Pentax, the manufacturer's suggested retail is over $800. I should also point out, though, at HSN, you only here you get the 3-year warranty. Only here you get the $100 bag, and of course the battery charger and, you know, all the extras. But that flex pay is gone after this show. And we, you know, turn over the reins to Rachel with Tiana B Fashions and Jay King later. You do not get that flex pay. It goes back to 4 flex pay. But the quantities that we have are also the final quantities for the rest of the year. And the thing is, when you talk about that interchangeable lens system, Lori makes an excellent point. Normally the camera bodies in these types of high-end cameras, normally the camera bodies are $600.
You're exactly right.
And then you're looking at the lens. Okay, you want the lens, ma'am? That's another $300 or $400. And because this works with any Pentax lens, you're set for a lifetime. This is not a camera that you are ever going to outgrow, ever going to have to worry about, ever going to have to think twice about. And not only that, the fact that you are getting that interchangeability for a little over $119 on your credit card. If you were looking for that investment camera that you're going to have, that you're going to use, that you're going to love, I hope you make it this one, because it will never be back. Pentax gave us the final arrangement on this, so this is the final opportunity. What is there?
I just want to show you one more low light, because I'm telling you, this is worth the price of the camera alone to have this feature. Again, if you're traveling, maybe you still have a vacation coming up, weddings. I know we're all going to be going to weddings, as you mentioned, Shannon. This is a top month for it coming up in September. You're going to see quality like this typically. You know, your subject is well illuminated, but basically your background could be anywhere in the country or in the world. But with Pentax quality, are you ready? Look at that super high ISO. And I can't reiterate enough. 25,600 ISO.
Which we've never offered.
Never. This is the highest we have ever had. Here's what you want your memories to look like. Look at the city in the background. It really pops.
Amazing. But you know, like Lori was saying too, with that built-in gyroscope, that is a big thing.
It's hugely expensive.
The larger sensor, again, it's the same kind of sensor that you would find in a $1,000 camera, because this is a $1,000 camera. Remember, just pick your color of choice. We have the black or we have the white. There's a nice big bold view screen on the back. I should point out, I mean, it's really nice and clear. It's really easy to read.
Beautiful.
But remember, you get the opportunity of both the viewfinder or the view screen, both. And then I'll just show you again. There's your little wheel of wonder. So basically, if you're saying, oh, it's great, but is it too much camera for me? Start with that auto picture mode. And then, of course, you can change, you can advance, you can, add lenses. But remember, flex pay only for me. This is the only airing as well, so this is the only chance to grab it. And that 3-year warranty is an additional gift with your purchase. That is something that Pentax did only for our HSN shoppers. So, Lori, it's a big deal when we talk about features like this. That's why it's really shocking that we did a price adjustment.
Huge.
Because I remember when we first sold it, it was almost $800 here at HSN.
It was much higher. So to be able to get it at this lower price, maybe you've been waiting for it and watching it, this is your opportunity right here and right now with all of the extras, all of the goodies, and wait till you see it. Wait till you see the video. This is 720p high definition video, so you're going to love being able to capture with sound some incredible moments. I mean, take this along with you and you're going to get not only the most amazing picture quality, high dynamic range is built into this too. Shannon and I talk about that feature all the time because it combines 3 different photographs together to give you the perfect brightness, contrast, and color every single photograph. And then look at the video. I mean, I think this video is really outstanding.
Look how smooth that is, too.
Very smooth.
I mean, so you pack the one camera, but you're getting it only for this show. 123765. Again, 123765. It works hand in hand with that today's special because, of course, later you can download your images to your today's special tablet that I know a lot of you are still calling on. But if you are looking for the ultimate camera, yes, you can use it as a point and shoot, but it's a true digital SLR. We are taking basically over $100 off our price. So we're taking over $100, closer to $200 to be fair, off of our HSN price. The flex pay is only for this hour. So basically you've got 6 minutes to qualify for it. Additional software, you get all the cables, you get the free $100 case with your purchase, the battery charger, so you never have to worry about buying batteries. And remember, highest ISO that we've ever offered. So in those low light situations, we were talking about September being the #1 month for weddings, whether it's the lighting of the unity candle. And quite often in churches, or you're in a museum, they don't like you using a flash.
True.
So, or if there's a new baby in the family, even when my niece was born, my mom's like, don't put that flash in Alexis's face. I mean, you want to take, but you want a great picture. So this adjusts. So whether it's the new baby, in the birthing room, or if it's in, the church chapel, the lighting of the unity candle, I mean, even the birthday party or a museum, someplace where you want to be a little, less conspicuous, but you want a better picture. Not only that, I love that shutter function. So literally, it's like what a professional photographer would use on the football field.
It really is. I mean, this is absolutely what you see on the sidelines every single day. Look at this picture. This is actually a really nice picture, but you see that the window is a little bit too bright. You see that the table's a little bit too dark. You know, I have to admit, this is something we've all grown really used to with our photography.
No, you're right.
But you can elevate it with Pentax. This is giving you a chance now to not only adjust the lighting, but you can adjust so many other things like the flash, the exposure to prevent that washout. And then look at this. Look at how you can see now all of the ornate details on that table. You can see the color of the fruit. You can actually see the pattern of the china that you couldn't see before. So all of these different features work together to really make your photography better than ever before. And then we also have high dynamic range. Now, I know we talked about this as being a way to merge together 3 different photographs to really give you the best possible exposure and conditions per photograph. This looks like a great photograph, but you can't see a lot of details up here in the bright sunlight. Take a look at that high dynamic range. This automatically, internally, right inside the camera, will merge together 3 pictures, the low and the high, to give you the best exposure. And normally you would have to do this on your computer. You would. So this is normally a process that isn't this easy, but to be able to do this right inside the Pentax, it really does, again, elevate your photography, make your photos better. It does. And you know what, Lori, I'd love to show that continuous shutter mode one more time. Absolutely. Are you ready? Because literally when you see like people on the football field, it's I mean, it looks like a movie, but for parents and for moms and dads across America, it's going to get, now you'll hear it, you hear that from Lori's camera? You can do 6 frames per second. So you can literally do 6 frames, and it's going to look like a movie. It does. But it takes so many photos at once. That's why you're going to get that perfect photo every single time. That's why professional photographers get better pictures of your kids, because they've got those high-end digital cameras that, take, literally a photo every second. But now that's not a movie. It looks like a movie. It looks like a movie, but it's not. But this is all about not missing anything. Yes. And you're not going to miss a thing. Look at Shannon and all of her little intricate moves here. Look at her smile. Look at her moving her head around. It's so cute. I mean, it does look like a movie. And I just want to grab this photograph right here because I want to show you, you can go in and digitally change up all of your photographs too. You can make it toy camera. You can make it monochrome and drain all of the color out. You can make that color pop and intensify. You can add a retro frame to your photograph like I just did on this one. You have high contrast. You can extract some of the color out. I don't know, your hair looks a little green there. I think I'll skip that one. You have soft focus. This is how Shannon and I have decided we're going to be photographed from now on. You have a sketch filter so your kids can color in the picture. You can turn it into a watercolor or a work of art. You can add a starburst effect. You can add a fisheye. Shannon, I'm sorry, I will stop doing that to your face right now. You have the pastel, all of these different adjustments that you can make after or before you take